Hi everyone, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to get on here and share a story with you. It's a passage from the Bible. It's a wonderful story that really resonates with me. And in case you don't know who I am, my name is Stacey, and I'm an infidelity coach, and I specialize in helping women who have had an affair or who are currently in an affair. I help you get out, and I help show you how to recover. About 9 years ago, I'm a Christian. I was a Christian when I had the affair, but about 9 years ago, I decided to have an affair, and I really hit rock bottom, about a year after all of that was over with, and God really started to do a transforming work in my heart and really started to show me some areas and, show me why I had the affair and just some different things like that. He took me on a transformational journey and showed me how to really start becoming the woman that He created me to be. So now, I help you who are struggling in an affair and trying to end it or trying to find your way back to yourself, trying to figure out who you are. That is my goal and my heart for you, is to be able to help you move through recovery freely, without roadblocks, without getting stuck, and learning how to reclaim your identity, because we lose our identity when we have an affair. We don't know who we are. We just become a shell of ourselves. So, my goal is to help you recapture all that and really learn who God created you to be. So that's just a little bit about who I am, and I will be sharing a story, my story. I will be sharing my story soon. But today I want to talk about Mary. And it's the Mary that went to the tomb to bring spices for Jesus after He had died. I want us to meet her there and experience a little bit about, what she was going through, kind of feel what she may have been feeling and see how it relates to us who have had an affair, and if we're still in that place. So, long story short, Mary goes to the tomb. Jesus has died. She's lost, her Lord, and she loves Him, and she's in grief, and she's in pain, and He's died. Okay, so she goes to the tomb, brings her spices. And back then, where they laid Jesus, it was in a cave, and they put this huge stone in front of it. And when she gets there, the stone has been rolled away, and she's upset. She's freaking out. She looks in. Jesus is not there. She runs to tell the other disciples, hey, somebody stole His body, so she is pretty much, I would say, a mess right now, because, even though He's died, He's still, He was still a part of her heart, and she still had a place that she could go and mourn and remember Him and things like that. But what I want to point out in this story is she missed it. She didn't recognize her freedom. When she saw the stone was rolled away, she saw it as, oh my God, my life has ended. Jesus is gone. But, I believe that God was trying to show her, when we have an affair, we fall in love with these people, we get into grief, just like anybody else would normally fall into grief. We fall into grief and we suffer. We lost someone, they were our friends, and we relied on them, we trauma bonded with them, and now they're gone. So we're there, we're in that place feeling like we've lost everything. And that's where Mary was. But the stone, I believe, represented for her and for us. Now, more so for us, freedom. It's freedom. It's free from guilt. It's free from shame. It's free from bondage. The affair, even though it even though it felt like we were free, even though you might have said to yourself, wow, somebody gets me, this is my person. He understands me. I can be me. I'm free to be me. Even though you may feel like that, it's still a bondage that you don't see because you don't recognize the pain and the weight of living a life that's actually two lives, two separate lives you're living, and that weighs on you, and that's, that guilt and that shame. And a lot of times when an affair ends or when we're trying to get out, we feel like we can't, we feel stuck. We don't know how. We might break up, we might get back together, but this stone is representing, hey, I have moved it away. I have rolled away everything that is hindering you from leaving this place of grief, leaving these memories behind. Stop going over and over again in your mind the past. And I think that's one thing Mary didn't recognize, was that, for her, the stone rolled away represented resurrection, freedom for her, a new day. And for us, it represents the same thing. It's freedom. Jesus did this. He paved the way for us to be free from sin. And infidelity is sin. It's wrong to be with someone that is not our spouse. And it's wrong to go after someone who is married to someone else. Of course we have feelings for them, and of course things just happen, but nevertheless, it's still not right. And Jesus said that is a bondage that you're in, even though it feels good. So him rolling away that stone is saying, hey, I freed you from the power of sin, because sin does have power. It controls you, and it controls you through your desires, and it makes you think you want this, and it makes you forget what's really true and God's truth. So today, just recognize, just take a step. If your affair has ended, take a step back and say, you know what? I know I'm sad. I know I have to go through grief, but this is freedom for me. I don't have to live a double life anymore. I don't have to lie. I don't have to feel the guilt and the shame, and I don't have to feel like I'm someone's second choice, because even if they were to leave their wife, you're still the second choice. They didn't pick you first. And that says a lot to me. I don't want to be second. I want to be someone's first choice. And begin to look at it like that. And if you're stuck in the affair and you said, Stacey, I have tried 100 times to get out and I can't, I keep going back. Look at this as Jesus saying, I have made a way. I have cleared the path for you to come out of this grave that you're in, that you don't realize. I've rolled the stone away. Come to me, and I will show you how to end your affair. The second thing I don't think she recognized, and I don't think I recognized for a long time, and many of us may not because of the weight of grief, is she didn't recognize a new beginning. And I say she didn't recognize because when she first saw Jesus, she did not recognize who he was, and she had been with him for a while, and he asked her why she was crying, and she said, they took my Savior, they took my Lord away. And, he had to call her name and say, Mary. And then she said, oh, Master, teacher. So she didn't recognize her new beginning was standing in front of her. And I believe that's because grief clouds our vision. We can't see a new beginning because all we see at the time is the past. All we're looking at is what we lost, the friendship we lost. And we don't see the new beginning as a great opportunity to heal and to allow God to do a mighty work in our lives. We see it as fear, fear that my marriage is never going to change, fear I'm never going to change, fear I will never love like this again. That's all we can see, and that's grief, and it just clouds the vision. So if you could today, I challenge you, pull back the curtain of grief a little bit and ask God to show you your new beginning that he has for you. If you're suffering in grief, wherever you are on this affair recovery road, ask him to show you what he has for you. Give me a glimpse, Lord, of this new beginning, something else that I can focus on instead of all I see is what I've lost. So that is a couple of things that I believe Mary missed when she went to the tomb. And I believe we miss that when we're in recovery from an affair or trying to even heal. Even if you're trying to leave an affair, even if you were trying to leave your affair, ask God, give me a glimpse of a new beginning, your beginning, not this beginning. This isn't your best for me. Show me what's your best. One question I want to leave you with is, I want you to ask yourself that every time you go over and over the past in your head, every time you sit and ask those questions, I want you to think about this. I want you to imagine yourself going to the grave, a grave. This is the grave site of your affair. This is the grave site of your affair partner. And I want you to think every time you go and sit there and you ask yourself these questions, that's what you're doing. You're actually, when you start that, over and over, that obsessive thinking, you're actually going to sit at his graveside, sit at the affair's graveside, and this is what you're doing. So I want to ask you that question. What are you looking for? What are you looking for when you go sit there in those memories, in those fantasies? Just like Mary, when she knelt down and she peeked inside, she was looking for Jesus. What are you looking for? That's what I want to leave you with today, to think about and ask yourself and say, what am I looking for? Why do I keep coming here? What am I hoping to gain? Is my future at this gravesite, or is my future in Christ? So I hope that this video, and I pray that this video touches you and helps you and brings you freedom. And I enjoyed spending just a few minutes with you, and I feel honored that you have even watched this video and shared some of your time with me. So until then, oh, one more thing. Okay, back here, yes, just in case some of you guys are like, really? This was my Christmas decor, but I'm not good at decorating. And I did this, and I was like, oh my God, I love it. It's so cute. I'm going to keep it. So it's like one of those things where it just happened to fall into place, but I will take it down. I know, it's Christmas is over. We're in March. That's just terrible. Okay, but I promise, that's the only thing in my house that represents Christmas. So, God bless you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.